Anyway, thank you very much for coming. I feel like I should tell you something interesting. I was thinking a lot. What shall I tell you about? And normally, when you please ask questions if you want to know something, because I haven't actually prepared any speech or this, but couple of words about myself. Then maybe yes, I'm a writer. I write books. I'm also a little bit the publisher. I publish anthology series, collections of short stories on several topics. By profession, normally, in normal life, I'm a science fiction author, but I write mostly historical crime, and historical crime is what gets translated. Science fiction, Estonian science fiction would never be translated into other languages, and that's quite normal, because science fiction of other smaller European nations, even like German or French, will not get translated into English, and Germans and English, Germans and French, they don't translate each other's science fiction. Tallinn, probably because this kind of genre, like historical crime or medieval crime, was well known in Europe, especially in England. There are very many authors in Germany who write historical crime. Even in America they have medieval crime writers. And we had none. The genre was no existent in Estonia, so I thought I will give it a try, trying to put together all the experience I had from reading crime novels, experience I have in writing, and the history of this city. Try to make this kind of cocktail or mix-up and see what happens. And now I've written 6 novels about this Melchior character. They are getting bigger all the time. As you can see, the first book, that's the first 2 are here. Mm-hmm. They are quite thin, and the blue one is the last that was published in French. That's much bigger. At this point, somebody wants to ask maybe anything.
Maybe you would say a few words about Melchior.
Melchior, well, he's an apothecary or pharmacist. So basically his job is to make medicine for the people in the city of Tallinn. But he has this sort of knack for solving crime stories, finding murderers, which was not exactly a common thing in a medieval city. Let's say when crime has happened, when somebody was found murdered on the street, what happened? Basically nothing. There was no police, and the city officials everywhere. And they didn't have this kind of ex officio task to start the investigation and to find a culprit, because it was impossible. Only when there were witnesses, somebody saw something, somebody raised the alarm, only then the magistrate or judge interfered, because then it was possible to act, possible to punish somebody. It just came to me. I never analyzed that. I was recently asked, for instance, did you? Melchior has a kind of disability, or he's probably mentally ill. He has a sort of weird seizure that can that happens. He doesn't know where it comes from. He guesses that maybe it's the old family curse. Maybe it's a kind of medical condition, but at this time one could think that it's a kind of supernatural, has a supernatural origin. This seizure. I was recently asked, why did you consider any other conditions that to make the character more interesting? I said no. I mean, I don't analyze so much things. I said, if you're a writer, you must have a sort of self confidence. You must trust and believe that if you feel that this kind of thing is good and interesting, just put it into the story, and after 100 pages or 10 pages it comes back, you can use it and see what happens. I don't believe very much in outlining. Writing is a kind of gamble. When you start to write a novel, it's always a gamble. You never know will you succeed or not, but you have to believe in yourself. Describes him about or educates him about well, politics and things. He tells him that Germans are better among all Christian nations in three things. They are the best miners, best smiths, and best brewers of beer. Mm-hmm. But best warriors are the French. Their cavalry is a crazy thing. And sakslased on kolmes asjas kristlike rahvaste seas kõige paremad, ütles meister Notke. Sakslased on kõige paremad kaevurid, sepad ja õllepruulid. Kõik teavad seda. Ükskõik kuhu sa ei lähe, inglaste juurde või Burgundiasse. Jumal on andnud Saksamaadele palju rikkusi, kulda, hõbedat, tina, vaske, rauda, ja et need mägede sees kätte saada, on Jumal andnud sakslastele visadust ja oskusi. Ja veel on meile antud osavust meisterdada nendest rikkustest relvi ja turviseid, lauanõusid ja kirikuriistasid, relikviaariume, ehteid ja hobuse raudu, kaelakette ja tööriistasid. Aga töö tegemise vahel kui pole paremat kui puhata sõprade seltsis ja juua mõned kannud hüva õlut. Ja jällegi, kusagil maailmas ei tehta õlut paremini kui Saksamaades. Sõjamehed on maailmas prantslased. Niimoodi on asjad juba seatud. Prantsuse rüütlite ratsarünnaku vastu ei kaitse ei Šveitsi piigimehed ega Lombardia haakpüssida.